p.m. afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. People, viewer supported platform is what this is. So if you'd like to support, Venmo, Green for Green, Cash App, $ Jericho Green, 1 P.O. Box. If you want to do it, snail mail, P.O. Box 806, Olivehurst, California, 95961 9998. And 20% off all green gear. Promo code FATHER. Even though it's not Father's Day anymore, you can still get it. Promo code FATHER, all caps. But first, My Pillow. Now, they are back in the news because Walmart decided to drop My Pillow because of some comments that he made. But about January 6th, I believe. But he is one of, or they, My Pillow is one of my sponsors. So shout out to My Pillow. And I ordered some products from My Pillow because I didn't want to endorse. I don't want to endorse anyone until I try out their shit. And it's not just pillows. Let me tell you, slippers, robes, blankets, towels, sheets, pillows, of course, all kinds of shit. I placed an order. I got some of the stuff. I placed another one. I'm waiting for the rest of it to arrive. But the slippers, great. Sheets, the best sheets we've ever bought. The pillows, great. I like My Pillow a little more firm, to support this big ass head. So I'm loving My Pillow. And if you want to unlock some promotions, some discounts for you, it's mypillow.com/Jericho. Promo code Jericho, all caps. I'll put a link in the description box when I am done, so you can get your discount too and get a hold of some of that My Pillow merchandise. And to Walmart, that's for you. And they were on sale. I got 2. And shout out to Kevin X that just cruised through Seaside/Salinas. What'd you think? I don't miss it, but I'm glad you were my old stomping grounds. And before we get all up in that ass like a bike with no seat, because our bullshit cups run it over after this weekend. Shout out to my man Kenny. Officer Kenny out there, stay safe, man. Shout out to Chris. She sent me a letter, snail mail. Told you the P.O. Box works. And shout out to my man, Officer Mike, retired from law enforcement in Akron, Ohio. I appreciate that. He sent me a donation via the mail. Thank you very much for that. And you saw the title. Happy Juneteenth. When I do that, I want to laugh like Eddie Murphy did in Coming to America when he was dressed up like the African dude on the train. Oh boy, it's Juneteenth. Yesterday was the actual Juneteenth, the 19th of June, but today is the federal holiday as of, I think, last year. Or is this the first one? I don't know. Either way, Bidenus pervertus. Grandpa in chief, Mr. Hey, this isn't the mall. We didn't start the happy birthday. Hey, Maka. I don't know what I'm supposed to be saying. I'll tell you this. I can't ride a damn bike. Every time I see that shit, it's still hilarious. And you think that man would know how to ride a bike by now, being that he's been around since bikes had that big ass tire in the front and that little tiny tire in the back. But he hasn't conquered that yet. We won't give up hope on him, though. We will as a president, but not for riding that bike. He'll get it. Another 170 years on this earth, he'll get it. Shout out to my man Brian King B. Falcone. What's up, my brother? You know how it goes. That's right, man. This is our day. Don't you feel extra good today? Black folks should feel extra good because this is the Juneteenth holiday. We're going to talk about that shit. Also, Kamala comments. I should have a segment in my lives that's called Kamala comments because it seems every time she opens that hole under her nose, some dumb shit comes out. And this past weekend was no different. She made some comments about religion and abortion. Good job, Kamala. Way to talk about 2 things way out of your weight class. And of course, Commiefornia, we have another gas hike coming. See, the rest of the country is dealing with this $5 a gallon is the average now. in America for a gallon of gas, but that's so 2 years ago for California. Like, you guys are like so behind. That's like so 2020. Like, because $5 a gallon, we've been doing that shit. And speaking of dollars per gallon, I was watching, as you guys know, I love a bad movie. A movie so bad that sometimes you got to turn it off because it's just too much, too cringe. Does the kids still say that? So the other day I was watching this movie called The Marine with John Cena from 2006. What an amazing piece of shit that movie is. The acting, trash. The special effects, trash. Everything is just garbage about that movie. But one thing that stuck out, there was a bright spot. Gas at the time was $1.74 a gallon, man. Could you remember that? Just think back. If this was a sitcom, this would be the part where it got all like fuzzy and would fade into a flashback. Remember that? $1.74 a gallon? Now, there's still a 1 in the price of the gallon, except it's not the first number. It's probably the middle or the last number, because that number's been replaced with a 5 or a 4 or a 6, 7, 8, or 9 if you live in Southern California. Can you believe that shit? $1. I was like, man, I wanted to put my kids on my knee. Listen to me, children. I'm going to tell you about a time when gas was under $2 a gallon. No way, Grandpa. Yes, it was under $2 a gallon not so long ago. Like, was that Princess Bride when Peter Falk was reading the story to a young Fred Savage? That's what we're going to be doing to our kids when we get that age, when we're grandpa, grandma age. We're going to be regaling our grandchildren with tales of when gas was below $2 a gallon. Shit. By that time, we'll be regaling them with tales of when gas was under $10 a gallon. No bullshit. But in Commiefornia, there will be a gas price hike come July 1st. Now, of course, we know that California has almost $100 billion in budget surplus, and that they could easily take a prosciutto thin slice of that surplus and take care of this gas hike they're about to hit us with. But they won't. Why wouldn't they do that? You have the money to keep us from feeling more of a crunch at the pump. You have an opportunity to stand between us and another unnecessary tax, and you won't. You just step to the side and wave the taxes on through. Gavin, bang your wife Newsom. I know you're watching, and I say this on behalf of all Californians with a half a brain who did not vote for your punk ass. Fuck you. You're a turd. You're an empty suit, corrupt piece of shit politician, and your auntie is more corrupt than you if you think that's possible. Who's his auntie? You know, David Lopan. But before we do that, let's get in this comment section. Say hello to everyone. Greet the class. Hello. Let's see. All right, hold on. Going up to the top. Taking from the top. Tippy. Oh, Bobby Bone. Sing it, Daddy. Method Man, one of the greatest. Let's see. Hold on. This is kind of weird. Eric Schultz. Here you go. Let me guess. First, what's up, man? Crybaby LeBron says, what's up, bruh? Man, LeBron is he's probably the biggest bitch, like physically the largest bitch in human history. There's never been a bitch 6'9", 275 pounds, but there is now. LeBronica. Bach. He says, I'm Bach. Yes, you are. Libby Ann. Hello. Hey, Jericho. What's up, Libby? Ghost of Josie Wells. Jericho Green. What's up, man? I appreciate that. Oh, and you know what? Speaking of Commiefornia and how we're constantly bent over the proverbial barrel by Gavin Bang Your Wife Newsom. Shout out to my man, Bottle Cap Bob. He has a YouTube channel, so I went to the dump today with my son. That's one of my most fond memories, especially coming off of Father's Day weekend. One of my most fond memories as a kid was going to the dump with my dad. And we used to have this place. There was the dump, and then we go up there. There was thousands of seagulls. I remember back in the day, I took my BB gun up there one time and was shooting at the seagulls. That's how the 80s were. But going to the dump with my dad, And then we would go to this place called A&S Metals, and it's where you would turn in scrap metal, soda cans and all that stuff too, but like engines and metal, whatever you got made of metal, that's where you go to get rid of that shit, and they pay you by the pound. And I remember as a kid sitting in the truck, and when my dad would get out, he'd throw a couple things, all the shit he could off the truck, but the real heavy shit like engine blocks and stuff, they had this electromagnet, and that's when I was inspired in the 5th grade to do my science project on an electromagnet. But it was this electromagnet, they put it over the truck, big round thing. They put it over the truck and turn it on, and all that metal, chink, why did I just say chink? What I meant was the sound of metal hitting metal. But all the metal would come out of the truck, stick to the magnet, everything. I don't care how heavy it was, how small it was, it would stick to the magnet. They'd move it over, turn it off, and it would all drop off of there. I used to love doing that. And then being able to go in the back of the truck and throw shit off and break glass and crush things. It was beautiful. So I brought my son with me, and we get to the thing, and then Bottle Cap Bob was there, and he would check, the load to make sure you're not sneaking no shit in and tell you where you need to go to drop it off. And as you guys also know, I built a fence in the back of my house. Shout out to my best friend Leo, who was out there sweating his ass off with me, sweating like a slave. Juneteenth. Anyway, so we dug one of the posts out, and it's attached to it was the 100-pound sack of cement that it was put in there with. So after we get this thing out, I take the sledgehammer, I try breaking this shit off. It's not going to work. I'm like, fuck it. I'll load it up in the truck, as hard as that's going to be. And it's not that it's heavy, it's just awkward. It's all in this one clump. So anyway, I get it in there. I'm getting there. Bottle Cap Bob, shout out to you, man. He tells me, oh man, you can't, because it was a treated post, treated 4x4 that was in the cement. And he says, you can't dump this here. What you're going to have to do, he's all, I'm assuming you don't have a Sawzall on you. I was like, sure don't. He said, what you're going to have to do is get as close to the cement as you can and cut the wood off of there and dispose of them separately. I said, well, great. My back should love that, having to lift this thing more than I planned to. And he says, well, you could thank Gavin Newsom for that. I said, oh, he's such a genius. And he goes, yeah, he is. And right there, I was like, oh, you're going to love my channel. So I told him about my channel. But that is these fools, these far left granola-headed dirt fuckers. This is their policies affecting real life people. Because now what I'm going to have to do is take that out of the truck, cut the post off, and then load it back in my truck. That's extra work. That's a potential back injury that I could experience because Gavin Bang Your Wife Newsom is a 100% organic dumbass. Thank you for that, Gavin. I wonder the last time Gavin picked up something heavy. Probably never. I bet his hands are Charmin soft. So thank you for that, you son of a bitch. Now I have to take that thing out, cut it off, and then go back. Once I have another load, I got to go back to the dump and dispose of them separately. What kind of stupid Commiefornia shit is that? And all of you out there watching who are in these free states that don't do stupid shit like that, don't laugh at me, all right? Wish I had as much freedom as you guys. But when we had the chance last year was it last year? Or I think it was earlier this year when we had the chance to recall Gavin Newsom and we didn't. What a kick to the nuts that was. Anyway, comments. Here we go. Lala HK says, hey. Bigfoot 060775. Hey, Jericho, greetings from the Pacific Northwest. Love your talks. Now, you're up there dealing with it too. Are you in Washington? Maybe Oregon? They're just as sick as California too, sons of bitches. William Smith, let's go, Brandon. Yes, please. But let's go, Brandon, but don't go too fast because you might fall off your bike again. Barry on, happy Juneteenth. That's right, man. Happy Juneteenth to everyone, to all in earshot. Dustin Dow, Salty Army in the house. Yes, watch out, open cuts. Salty Army is here. Game Hinge Patriot, JG, you being on time all the time shows your prior military traits. Yeah, man, you could not be late. I remember going on watch. You had to show up 15 minutes early. You're a piece of shit if you were late for watch. And don't fall asleep on watch. You might get thrown overboard. Brendan Grizelik, what's up, Jericho? Showing love from Illinois. What's up? Hey, how was it in Illinois? Were you dodging bullets? Because I know in Chicago there were 48 shot and 4 killed in one weekend. Not just any weekend. Father's Day weekend. Juneteenth weekend. You Chicagoans can't even act right. You mother. Anyway, Nick Stat. Oh, John Campbell says, when is White People Day? I don't know, man. If everybody else gets one, why not you guys? I don't have a problem with White People Day. We either have a day for everybody or we have no days for anybody. That's how it has to be. There can be no gray area. Some get it, some don't. One's a day, one's a month. No. Days for everybody or days for nobody, period. And until we get there, it's not fair. That's not right. Nick Stat says, Jericho, I lost my pops March 24th. It was a rough day for me. Can I get a violin and some sympathy from your fan base, please? Yeah, man. Here you go. A little violin there. Hey, that sucks, man. I hope you had a good relationship with him. I hope that you were able to say goodbye to him. That's not always the case. Sometimes people are gone unexpectedly. So I hope you were able to say goodbye. I hope he knew that you loved him. I hope that you knew he loved you. But yeah, that sucks, man, to lose a parent. You're never really prepared for that. I lost my dad too. Sucks, man. But all you can do is rely on those memories. Hopefully you'll see something that makes you think of him and makes you laugh, man. But hey, please give him a little sympathy from the fan base, please. Quitting Time says, no cap, my pillow is amazing. Yeah, seriously. I'm not getting up here promoting shit that I haven't tried and I don't like. I've had things offered to me before, like ads to do, and like, no, I can't do it. Either it's cheap shit or I just don't believe in it. So if I tell you I enjoy it and it's a good product, I honestly believe that. I guarantee it. C Long says, love their towels. Yeah, man, it blew my mind. My pillow, I thought that's all they did. No, they do a little bit of everything, and they are quality products made here in America. In the United States of America. Again, a lot of Juneteenth well wishes in there, man. This is beautiful. Flame Rock says, but it's the 20th. I know. It's the federal holiday. It's so stupid. Nick Said also says, Jericho, you need to get a firewall to block libtard attackers to your servers. Somebody send me a link for that. I don't speak any of that jargon. I know what a firewall is, but how to get it and how to apply it, I do not know. Chris Myers, that movie sucks. I hope you're talking about The Marine. Yeah, it was. And I knew it going in. It's not like I was shocked when I started watching. I knew it was dog shit. That's why I watched it. But it is fucking horrible. Oh, yeah, Michael Maston, you're right. That was just a brain fart. I knew that was, that's from Trading Places Not Coming to America. But to see it was the African, because he's African and Coming to America and that part in Trading Places. But yes, that is from Trading Places. Again, one of my Christmas movies. I love that movie. He's on no more Swedish meatballs and no more goddamn jerky beef. Clarence Beeks. Somebody should be Clarence Beeks for Halloween. Another part that was funny with Clarence Beeks was he was in the phone booth and he was talking on the phone and somebody kept knocking around. I need to use the phone. Let me use the phone. And he opens the door and goes, fuck off. And he closes it. Hilarious. I think it was extra funny because he said it to a woman, but that shit was hilarious. He opened the door and goes, fuck off. Shane B, $5.99 in Oregon. Shit. Why are you guys nipping at our California heels when it comes to gas prices? $5.99. Shit. Hey, that's real, man. Like when gas prices get that high, you are really making people make decisions, sacrificing. Do I put that money towards gas or do I put it towards something else? That's bullshit. Giggle said, gas is too high. I just ride my wheelchair now. If your wheelchair got power like that, shit. You took the governor off? Maybe we should get one for Homeboy too. Maybe he needs to be in a wheelchair. He needs to be in something with 4 wheels. Quentin Time also says, I remember in 99, it was 99 cents in Washington State. Yeah, man. And we were probably bitching about that at the time. 99 cents for a gallon of gas. You better throw a 4 or a 5 in front of that now. 99 cents in what? Patricia Whitman says 22 mpg miles per gallon at $5 a gallon is 25 cents for every mile. That's right. And you think they're not going to jack up the gas tax during these high ass prices? We're getting another 3 cents the 1st of July from Commiefornia. 3 cents. Boom. 3 cents, Jericho. That ain't shit. Yeah. On top of every damn thing else. James Qualls, why would you say something hurtful like this? He said in 1968, gas was 26 cents a gallon. Fuck. Fuck. Those were the days. And what happened? I'm sure since 1969, gas has gotten better, but the way you refine it, I'm sure that probably hasn't changed very much. So why is it so high now? And why, even though it's $5 a gallon average in America now, why is it so much cheaper outside of the state of California where the shit is refined? We make it here. How are we making it cheaper for other people outside of our own state? Shit makes me sick. Okay, so guys, let's talk about Juneteenth, huh? Let's talk about this wonderful, beautiful day that we have now. So, what is Juneteenth? Linda, no, yes, you're right. California prices are ridiculous, not just for gas. Sam A, it's $7 here in your hometown of Salas. Puro Salas, wait. That's right. $7 a gallon. $7 a gallon. What else comes out of that gas pump? Gold? You're going to start seeing people get knocked off and robbed for gas. You're going to see people start getting hurt and killed for gasoline. George Gecko says, let's go, Brandon from Greece. What's up, Greece? One of my favorite places was Suda Bay, Crete. I went there when I was a young man serving in the world's finest Navy. And I remember we got off work a little bit early. And so we head into town. Oh, shit. JK says 749 in Santa Cruz, dude. Oh, dude, you want to know where they make fucking liberals, bro? It's in Santa Cruz. That's where they make them. All the crazy fuckers you see online with the no and handcuffing themselves around trees and shit so they don't get cut down. That's Santa Cruz. But you can also get a tasty wave, bro, and some Frosties. Anyway, so what the hell was I saying? I got caught up in all the impressions and shit. Anyway, so what is Juneteenth? Juneteenth is when the last slaves, I think it was in Galveston, Texas, basically when the word that slaves are free reached the last group of people in Texas. Okay. I personally think it should be celebrated on January 1st, 1863, which was the Emancipation Proclamation. That's when Lincoln said all people who are slaves are henceforth forever free. Why would we celebrate when the last people heard about it? Why not celebrate the day that it happened, which we do with most holidays? I know January 1st is also New Year's. Okay, January 2nd. Or fucking move New Year's. Who gives a shit about New Year's? Move New Year's to January 2nd. Or split it. We had Father's Day and Juneteenth yesterday. Why not have that shit? Why not be on the day that it happened, not when the last group of fucking... That just seems stupid to me. Like, when you're born, they celebrate your birthday. They don't celebrate the day that the last members of your family heard that you were born. They don't do that shit. They celebrate the day that you were born. The day that you were birthed is your birthday. So why are we celebrating the freeing of slaves 6 months later? And there are actually people who think that it was racism that kept the word from getting to those slaves. No, it was 1863. News traveled fucking slow. All right, the newspaper game wasn't what we know now. There was no interweb. There was no TV. All right, we're talking stagecoaches, fucking pigeons, and smoke signals. Shit took a little bit of time to spread, especially from where Lincoln declared it to Texas. It's going to take a while. But there weren't racist white people running around covering their slaves' ears so they didn't hear that they were free. All right? And again, what they tell us isn't the truth. It's not as bad as they said it was. Like I've said here before, and I'll continue to say so, my mom traced the lineage of our family all the way back to 1812. Now, until they change math completely, 12 still comes before 63. So my family, they were free in 1812. They didn't wait around for 1863. They were free in 1812. That's right after the 1700s. 1812, that's barely in the first decade of the 1800s. That's real close to the 1700s. So how the hell did my family figure out how to get their freedom in 1812, the early 19th century? But then it must not be as bad as they say. All slaves weren't a bunch of cotton pick and kunta kintes. Slaves helped in every facet of building this country. But for some dumb reason, we celebrated 6 months after. I say January 1st, when it was declared, is when we should celebrate Juneteenth, because the ending of slavery is a very momentous occasion in our history. It's very important. We should study and celebrate the end of slavery. But we should also celebrate, not celebrate, but definitely study and know all of our history. If you're going to talk about slavery, talk about all of it, not just the parts that are bad, that tug on people's heartstrings, that make them throw more money at you. Talk about all of it. But they don't want to do that, because if you tell Black folks that they come from people who shaped this country, if they come from people who had to have knowledge and intelligence and know things to do their job, well, then that means they will be held to a higher standard. Because that means, okay, you came from good stock. What the fuck are you doing now? That will give them personal responsibility. Shh. Can't let the Black folks have that. Because if you tell them you come from greatness, then you are expected to be great. And if you're expected to be great, then you better start being great. But you can't have greatness and victimhood. They cannot occupy the same space at the same time. Because if you have personal responsibility, you better start getting great. And if you're trying to be great, you can't be on welfare. You can't think, oh man, there's some white man, he's keeping me from doing everything. And you can't be treated like a child. You have to be treated like an adult, like everybody else. So that's why they don't tell Black folks the full history of this country and the full history of slavery. Here's another question. 2008. I know that's way after 1863, but stick with me. So in 2008, we had this dude, I think it was January something, 2008. This guy was up there on the stage in Washington talking about, yes, we can. And he was the first Black president of the United States. Remember him? Barry, Barack Obama, or Barack Hussein Obama, whatever you want to call him, Mike's girl, whatever you want to call him. He became the first president darker than a sheet of printer paper. And I don't want to call him the first Black president, because he wasn't. He was the first mixed president, because 50% of him is white. Why do you discount 50% of him? That's half. Now, if his whiteness was on Elizabeth Warren levels, then I could see how you wouldn't even mention that shit. I can see how you wouldn't even mention a half a drop of whiteness or 1,024th of whiteness. I get it. But we're talking 50%. We're not talking Warren levels. We're talking Barack levels. He is 50% white, so how can he be the first Black president? Anyway, he was in the White House from 2008 to 2016. Again, I am publicly educated, so give me a second, but I think that's 8 years. So you had what they call the first black president in the White House for 8 years. So that means you got 8 chances to make Juneteenth a federal holiday. Why didn't he do that? Why didn't he do that? The first 9 months of his presidency, he had the House and the Senate. Why couldn't you get that passed? And it don't matter whether you have the House and Senate or not. Why couldn't you get Juneteenth to be a federal holiday and you're the first black president? But your lackey, your underling, your understudy, he's in office a year and some change-ish, and he makes it a federal holiday. Now, had these slaves been part of the alphabet soup group, oh, he would have had you taken care of. If these slaves were gay, if these were gay slaves, like, get it, honey, I'll see you after I'm done in the field. If it was like that, oh, it would have been Juneteenth. Juneteenth would have been a federal holiday day one. Had that White House lit up in Skittles colors. I knew somebody, but I still know him. It's not like he's dead. I know somebody who looked in my face with a straight face. I thought they would have busted out laughing after they said this to me. Straight face, honestly believed it. Believed that when Barack Obama gets into the White House, he is going to give black people money. He's just going to send you a check. He believed that. So all these crazy ass fools who voted for him, how did you feel, especially black folks? And I understand the how special the moment was to see a president of color as president, especially those who were older, like my parents' generation, growing up in the 60s and all that kind of stuff. So I get the gravity of the moment. But how stupid did you feel after his 8 years of presidency and you looked into your hand, the hand that he was supposed to put things in, and it was empty? How did you feel about that? Were you upset? Did you feel fooled, taken advantage of, bamboozled? Like my dad would say, you can shit in one hand. What do you say? I'm trying to remember the saying. Damn it, I'll remember it. But something in one hand, something in the other, see which one fills up the quickest. But in your hand, in the stuff from Barack Obama's hand, what was in there? Jack shit, nothing. But he was in there for 8 years and didn't give you no Juneteenth. Why? Were they blocking him? Was Mitch McConnell standing in his way? Or did he not give a shit? Were you not on the list of things to give a shit about? I think that's it. I think that's what it was. I think Barack Obama had no intentions of doing anything for anybody unless you were in the alphabet soup group or unless you were the Chinese government. Then he got you. Then he got your back. Nicholas Skills says because it's fake. That's damn right it's fake. Fucking Juneteenth. They don't care. Why'd you wait till now? You had Barry in there. He was the Messiah. He was the chosen one. You couldn't even look him in his eyes. You weren't worthy. And all these people, Barack Obama, Barack, he talks, he's so cool. Barry, Barack, oh my God, you're the greatest. What happened? What happened? Where was your boy? Al Rad says, Jericho, I won the lottery, got a half a tank of gas in my winnings. You got to the end of the driveway, huh, Al? That's it. That's what happens when you supply and demand. You don't have to be no damn genius. You flood the market with cash, it's going to lose its value. You flood the market with anything, it's going to lose its value. You can flood the market with vagina, and it will lose its value. That's the most valuable thing in the world. Greg McNeely, you're right. Slam the like button. Slam it, you bigots. I don't know what that means, but thank you. Slam that like button. Like and sub and like. Share, share, share. What did we learn as kids, everybody? Share. Sharing means caring. That's what Barney showed us. Sharing means caring. So share. Communist tracing tier collector. Much love, Jericho. Shout out to you too. I appreciate it. Jody Bryant says we paid $237 in Rusk, Texas yesterday. I'm assuming that's for the whole tank. I mean, not saying we can't get to $237 a gallon. Not like they're not trying. But yeah, it was $116 for my wife to fill up her minivan the other day. $116. And then my sister, she lives down in Mississippi. She lives in Pearl, Mississippi, and she was complaining to my wife, I had to spend $75 to fill up my tank. My wife said, what? I got your $75 and then some. 116. Alex Koltsov says gas in Canada, $2.20 a gallon. What is Canada doing that we're not doing? How does America's hat get it right and we don't? I mean, you can't say that Justin Castro's a better leader. He's equally horrible in other ways. Jason Williams, pigeon notes like in Ghost Dog. I didn't like Ghost Dog. Forrest Whitaker as a ninja is not the business, but I remember that movie. I remember when Ghost Dog came out, how much was fucking gas? A lot less than it was now. Guitar Dude 777 says Michelle's man or Mike's girl. Either way. But yeah, man, that's John Lee says Emancipation Proclamation, September 22nd, 1863. I don't know. I always knew it was January 1st. Was that like when it was officially like made? Like was that when it was official, like in the law books or something like that? Let me know. Talk to me. Talk to me, John. Talk to me, Goose. Melior says Jericho for the first black president. Let's go. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll be the man. I'd be a different president. That's for sure. Because I just don't. I think a lot of shit that they do is just stupid. Like the shit that they do and the places that they go. I mean, are there things that the president has to do? Like, are there places he has to go? Like, sir, you have to go visit this country, or sir, you have to go to this event, or sir, you have to cut the ribbon. Like, what are the things that, well, really, if you're president, you don't have to do shit. Like, honestly, who the fuck's going to tell you? You're a president, you don't have to do shit. Why don't they cut out, like, especially in times like this, when we're dealing with some shit, like, is this the time to go and give a speech somewhere or cut a video? Fuck that. Do you really have time to go over to Saudi Arabia and beg them for oil? Like, why are you going over there? You got shit to do here. That's for every president. When we're going through some shit, does a president not have the ability to say, I'm not going there, I'm not going here, I got shit to do right here at home? That's what I would do. I'd be like, no, what are you going to do? Fuck you, I'm the president. Get out of my face. Eat a dick. That would be my slogan. Eat a dick. What are you talking about? Get out of my face with this shit. American people are hurting. People are paying more for things than they ever have in American history, and you're going to hang out with some damn sheik who's going to laugh at you when you leave the room. You know what? They probably won't even wait until you leave the room. They'll laugh in your face because you're going to be like, yeah, this is so cool. What are those big things with the humps on their back? You ain't going to know what the fuck's going on. They're going to give you some graham crackers and a wall to stare at. Howard Bass, high as giraffe pussy. You got it. That's pretty high. I've never stood behind a giraffe, but I imagine you'd have to look up to see that clam. And a big clam it would be. A big old giraffe clam. Ugh, probably don't smell too good. But I know it's big. I bet it's big. So stupid. So Kamala, she opened her damn mouth. Oh, wait, before we get into that. This is a viewer-supported platform. Venmo, GreenforGreen, Cash.app, $Jericho Green 1. P.O. Box 806, Olivehurst, California 95961-9998. Super chats. First come, first serve. Get them in. I'll read that shit. And My Pillow. Go to mypillow.com/Jericho. Promo code Jericho, all caps, to unlock discounts for you. I order the products. I receive the products. I use the products. I love the products. You heard the people in the comment section. It's quality shit made right here in the US of A, which is getting more and more rare by the day. Now, there are some, there are certain places only certain places in the world where you can get certain types of cotton, certain types of thread counts for sheets. They just don't do it in America, but the stuff is made right here in the USA, which means American people are getting jobs. I know the left is allergic to that, but that's what they're doing, giving Americans jobs. Promo code Jericho, mypillow.com/Jericho. I will put the link in the description box. Like John Lee said, promo code, totally worth it. Who doesn't want a discount? Who doesn't need a discount right now? Do that shit. So Kamala, the Ugandan nightmare. Oh, and also, let's see. Hold on. Let me get this right. Let me get the title right. I don't want to misquote, I want to make sure we get everything right. Okay. So, and speaking of Juneteenth, I was wondering, what's Kamala doing? Because she is the first Black vice president of the United States, even though when she was sworn in as a senator, she was the first Indian American senator. So which one is it? I guess you can just swap out your race whenever necessary. But the New York Post says VP Harris botches Juneteenth history lesson about 400 years of slavery. Huh? How is it? This woman was bused to school. Remember that? When she was running against Joe Biden, when she was on the campaign trail in 2020 for 20 minutes before she was drummed out by her own damn party, she told Joe, "You're a racist." Yes, the same Bidenist pervertist that she works for now. She told him, "You're a racist." She said, "This little Black girl was bused to school every day, and that little Black girl was me." So you're a racist, Bidenist pervertist. She was bused to school. So I guess she's experienced Jim Crow. So you'd think she would know something about the shit she's about to speak about, but it doesn't. It says, Vice President Kamala Harris bungled a history lesson about the Juneteenth holiday Monday, telling kids that Black people were enslaved in America for 400 years, overstating the actual time period by more than 150 years. So it sounds to me like somebody was listening to some bullshit and just parroted that shit. Kamala's a dummy. Yep. So she said, "I think that we all know." Oh, I'm sorry. Let's do it in Kamala speak, okay? "I think we all know today is a day to celebrate the principle of freedom," Harris told a group of about 24 elementary school-age children at the National Museum of African American History and Culture in Washington. That took too long to say. "And think about it in terms of the context of history, knowing that Black people in America were not free for 400 years of slavery." You dumbass. One of the beneficiaries of slavery being abolished, fucked it up. Black people were not slaves for 400 years. Dummy. America is also the only country to fight a war and shed much blood to end slavery. Kamala, just so you know. Let me say that part again. "I think we all know that today is to celebrate the principles of freedom and think about it in terms of the context of history, knowing that Black people in America were not free for 400 years of slavery." Oh, that woman is so stupid. "Let this be a day that is a day to celebrate the principles of freedom, but to speak about it in honestly and accurately, both in the context of history and current application." How did she get there? How did she get the number 2 spot? Normally, you'd forget about second place. We'll never forget about this woman. We will never forget about the person in second place because she is that stupid. Uh-oh, here we go. And they always got to invoke God, even though they don't give a shit about God in any other way. They only use God when it is convenient. I would argue it is our God-given right to have freedom. It is your birthright to have freedom. And during slavery, freedom was taken. And so we're not going to celebrate being given back what God gave us anyway. Right? So in the last paragraph, you said celebrate it. You said celebration like 4 times. But then you end this by saying, and so we're not going to celebrate giving back what God gave us anyway. Right? So what do you want to do, Kamala? Do you want to celebrate or you don't? Because she said, hold on. I would argue it is our God. I'm just reading it regular. I'm tired of sounding like her. I would argue it is our God-given right to have freedom. It is your birthright to have freedom. And during slavery, freedom was taken. Hold up. Okay, within the Emancipation Proclamation and Civil War, it required America to really ask itself, who is free? How do we define freedom? Freedom in terms of our autonomy one should have. Is freedom given to us or are we born with freedom? Right? Oh my goodness. So hold up. All about freedom. Oh, and this brings me to the comment she made about abortion. So she was saying how abortion, it doesn't have anything to do with your religion. You can support abortion and be religious. You can have it both ways. You can have your cake and eat it too, right? No, you can't. If you're religious, you're religious. If you're not, you're not. But I'm pretty sure every religion, at least all the major ones, come with a pamphlet. They come with a book that tells you what you're supposed to do if you follow this religion. It also tells you rules of how you're supposed to interact with other people and what you are and are not allowed to do. And you are not allowed to abort your baby. There's a few other things in there. But no religion supports aborting you can't separate. If you're religious, you can't separate your religion from the other parts of your life. It's woven into all of it. Your religion is woven into all facets of your life. It's how you live your life. It's where you start. Again, if you don't want to be religious, don't be. You don't have to be. But if you are, you can't pick and choose out of this book what you want to believe. And it says in there, I'm assuming she's talking about the Bible. She's talking about Catholics and Christians. Thou shalt not kill. And what are you doing when you abort a baby? It's not alive. After the procedure, is that baby alive? No. So that means you killed it, right? You can't do this bullshit like Biden. Oh, for God's sake, God. Wait a minute. You can't talk all this shit about how religious you are and God this and quoting scripture and then believe in abortion. You can't have it that way. It's in the book. It's in the fucking book. You can't separate the two. But of course, they get away with saying outlandish bullshit like this. Anybody who's been to Sunday school more than once knows that the Bible is full of rules and regulations that you're supposed to live by if you want to be religious. It's not double Dutch. All right, it's not religious hokey pokey. You can't put your right foot in and then take your right foot out. If you're in there, you're in there. If you're out, you're out. But they use this shit when it's convenient for them. And whether you're religious or not, that has to be infuriating to think people are that fucking stupid. Some are. They got in there somehow. There's got to be some dummies out there. But you can't pick and choose. Either you're religious or you're not. What's it going to be, Kamala? You dumbass. I don't get it, guys. And we're only a year and a half in. We got 2.5 more years of this bullshit. And what do you think our country is going to look like with another 2.5 years of heckle and jekyll? What do you think if it's this fucked up now, what is it going to look like 2.5 years down the road? when these jackasses are allowed to stumble and bumble their way through this administration unchecked. I mean, you're hearing rumblings. You're hearing some of the mainstream mediocres talk about, is he fit to run for president again? Is he really fit? Should he be doing this? How old is he? Remember, what's her name? Loco Cortez, your motherfuckers. Her womb is so polluted. She can have my fucking baby, man. Remember that dumbass when someone asked her, hey, are you going to endorse Biden for 2024? We'll see. She ain't even getting behind his ass no more. Terrible. Let's see what you folks are talking about, shall we? John Lamas. Lamas, like Lorenzo Lamas. Remember that dude? Renegade? Remember that TV show from the 90s? Sorry, John, I lost your comment. Hold on, I'll find it. Hold on, John. Hold on. John Lamas. There it is. Happy Juneteenth, Jericho. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. This is a special day for me. Very special day. We go back up here. There's been a bunch of them. Okay. Jules and MD. Thou shalt not kill. That's right. Like I said, you can't have it both ways. If you're religious, get it. If you're not, get it. But you can't be stepping in and out playing the fucking religious hot seat. Don't work that way. It'll change in a minute. Says heals up, drinks toilet water after its stupid laughter. What a bad joke. These stupid clowns. Yeah, man. Well, she doesn't laugh. She cackles. She makes hyenas jealous. Hyenas are like, damn, how do I sound like that? How do I sound that fucking crazy and wild? Jerry Lass, I'm an atheist and am against abortion. God killed many in the womb at Sodom and Gomorrah, so he is for abortion, but not me. Okay. With the you're just gonna jump in it in the comment section. All right, good for you. Whatever, people believe what they believe or don't believe what they believe, but you can't have it both ways. Valerie Rogers says slavery has existed since the beginning of human civilization. Exactly. America, those weren't the first slaves. I would argue that American slaves had it better than like biblical slaves, the one who built the pyramids and shit. Come on. They were smashing those people underneath those stones, fucking whipping the shit out of them all the time. Man, please, people have been doing this forever. Ever since there's been war, there's been slavery, because to the victor go the spoils. When you beat somebody, you kill all their war-aged men. What are you going to do? You're going to take everything. You're going to take their farmland. You're going to take their women. You're going to take their children. You're going to make concubines out of the women, slaves out of the boys and the girls, or whatever fuck else they were doing. That ain't nothing new. Ever since we were able to conquer and destroy each other, there have been slaves all over the world in every civilization. The only thing special about America is that we stopped it. There's slavery going on right now. Not here. I mean, unless you count us being slaves to our damn taxes. But real slavery is happening now, just not here. We got slavery down south. We got slavery over there in Africa, Asia, Europe. Not here. Why don't you motherfuckers go over there and talk to them? You won't, because you're scared, because you don't have the American laws to protect your ass over there. That's why you stay right here and cry like a bitch about stuff that doesn't exist. Exactly. Then Shinobi, as in the video game, I used to play that shit when I was a kid. I love Shinobi. Dems are still the Klan. They didn't change their goals, only their tactics. Exactly. That's why I call them the Ku Klux Trans. They are now the enforcement arm of the Democrat Party. They put away the white hoods, they dipped them in rainbow, and that's what they're doing now. That's why I call them the Ku Klux Trans, because they've taken that spot. Now they're the enforcement arm. Now they're the ones going out, making sure everyone bends to the Democratic will. Tammy A., speak it, JG, I shall. If you're here to listen, I'm here to speak it. Joel says exactly. Lloyd Braun says, The Fortune 500 company I work for the second year in a row, sent out multiple happy Juneteenth emails, but nothing about Father's Day. We received Mother's Day emails in May. What does that tell you? They shit on men, toxic masculinity, want to dope up your little boys because they're too rambunctious in school. Have you ever seen a movie? You ever seen a jewelry heist movie? What's the first thing they do? They have to take care of the security system. You ever see like an old one of those movies where, let's say they got some guard dogs. What do? Take a piece of meat, stuff a sleeping pill in there or something, toss it over the fence, because you must take care of that guard dog before you can get to the jewels, before you can get to the heist. What do they call it? Pirates used to call it booty. All right, you have to take out the security system before you can get inside. And when it comes to humans, what's the security system? Men. We protect things. We go and fight. We go and kill people over there so they don't kill us here. We're up in the middle of the night when we hear something. We're standing between our families and certain death or harm. Men. So they have to beat you down mentally and psychologically and physically if necessary, and get you out of the picture. Look at what's happened to the Black community since we're all about Juneteenth. Back in slavery times, you had 80% married families during slavery. That was the most fucked up time for Black folks in this country. And we had a higher or lower out of wedlock birth rate by far back then. But in order to overtake a society or a community, you must rid it of the men. Because not only are the men going to protect, the men are going to instill confidence and self-esteem in their children, which will teach them not to fall for the bullshit, to value their life, to value their body. That's also what the man does. But you take the man out of the picture, you incentivize the woman to run his ass out of the household, and there you have it. Couple that with the 94 crime bill. Remember, Biden's jumping up and down. I authored that shit. Couple it with that. Now you got the man missing from the house. Now you got those kids saturated in estrogen, marinated, submerged in estrogen. Now what's going on? Now you got Chicago. Now you got 48 shot, 4 killed over this weekend. That's more people shot and killed than in some cities all year. Chicago says 48 shot, 4 killed in a year. Hold my Tech 9. Let me show you how it's done. Let me show you how you gun down young Black folk. You other cities ain't doing it right. Chicago will show you. And you know who saw that shit coming? Mayor Googly Eyes. She can see the future with them big ass wet Steve Buscemi eyes. She don't give a shit. She can be racist out in the open and nobody gives a shit. She said, on my 2-year anniversary, I only want Black reporters interviewing me. Think what would happen if the mayor of a major city said, I only want white reporters interviewing me for my anniversary. Get your dirty, filthy, black, brown, yellow, red asses away from me. Ill. I want pure white reporters, pure as the driven snow. Get your filthy black beast hands away from me. What would happen if they said that? You already know. Juneteenth. Oh, speaking of Juneteenth, it's a time to celebrate, right? It's a time to learn and love. Well, guess what? In some places, it's a time to get killed. Because yesterday, at a Juneteenth celebration in D.C., the nation's capital, but a stone's throw from the president's office, right? 15-year-old boy. 3 other people shot. One of them was a police officer. A 15-year-old boy got murdered. And you know what he did before he drew his last breath? You know what he was doing? He was calling for his mom. Imagine how that felt to the people there to hear a 15-year-old boy calling for his mother as he's dying. That's some shit you think you'd see on CNN. That's some shit you think you see in a war zone. You know, with the press, the reporters are running around in vests that say press with a damn helmet on, a ballistic helmet on. We are here at the site of another bombing in Iran. That's what you think. That shit was in D.C. 15-year-old boy gunned down. Did he use an AR-15? Probably not, or you'd hear about it. Probably use one of those pesky handguns. They're not serious. They're avoiding the real work. AR-15s? Get out of here. People are killed way more by handguns. You don't hear him saying shit about that? Because handguns aren't weapons of war. They don't hold 100 rounds. Bullshit. Matter of fact, here, let's look this up. 15-year-old boy dead at a Juneteenth celebration. That's supposed to be a time for peace and celebration. Nope. And I'm sure there were plenty of law-abiding black folk there having a great time, celebrating, buying food, buying merch, talking to their children about the history of slavery in America, hopefully telling them the truth. But you know what? When niggas show up, somebody's getting shot. I don't give a damn what it is. That's what niggas do. Niggas ruin it for black people. Niggas go out and do wild, stupid shit, violent, savage shit, and the rest of the country looks at black people like it's us. My dad used to tell me something. He used to say, son, they may be your color, but they ain't your kind. Them savages might look like me, but they're not like me. Black folks don't do that. Black folks don't gun down 15-year-olds. Black folks don't twerk on any stationary object. Black folks don't do that shit. Niggas do. There's a difference. Big difference. Hold up. Hold up. Let's see. At least 48 shot, 4 fatally in weekend violence across Chicago. Chicago police are searching for the gunman who injured an 11-year-old girl in the Auburn Gresham neighborhood and another who killed a 36-year-old woman. In one of the latest incidents, police said an 11-year-old girl was standing on the street. How dare you stand on the street during summer, little 11-year-old girl? That was your fault. She was standing on the street in the 8600 block of South Halstead around 12:40 a.m. when an unknown man approached and fired shots. Layers. There's layers to this. We're going to get to that. Around 10 minutes later, 2 teens, 16-year-old boy and a 17-year-old girl, were shot 2 blocks away on the 8500 block of South Peoria. The 16-year-old was transported in serious condition, and the 17-year-old was transported in good condition. 10 minutes later. So that would make it 12:50 in the morning. Now, when I said it was that little girl's fault that she was standing on the corner during the summer, that was before I read that it was 12:40 in the fucking morning. My daughter's going on 11. Do you know where my daughter is at 12:40 in the morning every night? Every night. She's been on this earth, what? 3,700 days or something like that. Let's say 4,000 days for the sake of addition. My daughter's been on this earth for 4,000 days, and I can guarantee you this. Do you know where she's been every single one of those 4,000 days since she was been born at 12:40 at night? Sleep. Sleep. That's where she's been. My daughter has never stayed up until 12:40 at night, let alone being out on the corner at 12:40 at night. Where were her parents? Where was her mother and father? Where was her father? Because let me wake up to go take a piss and I find out my baby girl is not in her bed. First of all, I'm going to think somebody took her. So it's all lights on, everybody up, grabbing my 17 and my 21, and we're going to find her. And then if I get outside and find her kicking it on the corner with her homies, like my dad would say, give your heart to Jesus because your ass belongs to me. The only time she would see her friends after that is at school because all extracurricular activity has been canceled. Your life is over. You will wake up, you will eat, you will leave, you will come back, you will eat again. That's it. There would be hell to pay if I found her 11-year-old self outside at 12:40 a.m. If I found her awake inside the house at 12:40 a.m., something better be wrong because you're normally asleep right now. Are you sick? What's wrong? If my 11-year-old is up at 12:40 a.m., what's wrong? Why was this girl outside to be shot? Who shoots an 11-year-old? How pissed off, how desensitized are these people that work in these ER rooms in these fucked up cities? When you see it, how do you think they feel about black folks when they see an 11-year-old girl shot? What do you think they think of black folks? I hope that they know that there is a difference between black folks and niggas because niggas let their 11-year-old be outside at 12:40. That's who does that. I'm going to go ahead and assume that little girl don't have a daddy. Not one that's worth the shit. So while you're out there fucking around in jail or whatever you're doing, your 11-year-old daughter got shot. And that was only one out of 48. 4 fatally. A 36-year-old woman. Lady, what the fuck? Why are you in a lifestyle where you get shot? You're a woman. Why are you living like that? Those are men out there running and gunning who should be killed, not a woman. You call me sexist or whatever. I don't give a shit. That shit is just disgusting. And that's only one weekend in Chicago. One. We're still in June. People, Venmo, GreenforGreen, Cash.app, $Jericho Green 1, P.O. Box 806, Olivehurst, California, 95961-9998. Super chats. Get them in. First come, first serve. I'll read them. A Duke says, tell the truth. I am. Brian King B. Falcone says, these people are atheists. They may be. They don't talk like it. If you're going to be atheist, be one. But don't come out here talking about religion and this is what it says and you don't have to worry about this. You can do both. Shut the fuck up. People are ridiculous. Jules, I'll never understand. Me neither. Me neither. California critic, Democrats, gun control saves children. We need women's choice too. Yeah, what do you want to do? You want to save the kids or not? What do you want to do? Oh, speaking of, hold on. Let's fucking tie that in nicely. Hold on a second. Write this shit down. Okay. Moments Divine says, update on my neighbor whose 2 sons got the coof. Her gentleman friend has it now too. I wish them a speedy recovery. Did they get the poke? Daro333 says, I was born on February 10th. Alex Koltsov says, my state of New York ended slavery in 1827. That's what I'm saying. So why the late shit? But Jerry Harris says, you're assuming she could read. You're right. You're right. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should make that assumption. You're right. Maybe she can't read. And if she can't, hey, if you can't read, Kamala, forgive me. I didn't know you couldn't fucking read. I thought since you ascended to those levels, you could at least crack a book and know what's in it. But I may be wrong. Maybe you can't. But hooked on phonics. Get her hooked on phonics. Somebody find her email, send her one of them hooked on phonics programs. Help her. Help her read. Okay. So speaking of that, the comment where they said in Commiefornia they want to protect the children, the gun laws and shit, but then they want a woman's right to choose. They want you to be able to execute your baby. Speaking of the kids, RuPaul, I know, hell of a segue, but RuPaul was on crying Jimmy Kimmel. I'm surprised he wasn't crying through the whole damn show. But she was on his bullshit show, he was on his show, and he said that you guys want to protect the kids, have some gun laws because drag queens aren't hurting anybody. Yeah, they are. How many fucking stories have we seen about one of these story time drag queens being arrested for child molestation or child pornography, or already having a history of child molestation before they got the job as a drag queen reading to kids? Yeah, they do hurt kids. RuPaul, you're still alive. And another thing, Nancy Pelosi was on his damn show. Kamala Harris last weekend was at a pride event with one of the drag queens that won the contest on his show. They do hurt people. When you work with people like Nancy Pelosi and Kamala Harris, you do hurt kids. There are drag queens hurting kids. And in some cases, not physically, but you're damn sure hurting them mentally. Gun laws. I'd like to see one of those videos. I'd like to see a video of RuPaul shooting a gun. He'd probably scream and that shit would jump out of his hands, and it's probably only a 22. Shut the fuck up, RuPaul. Don't talk about children. Don't talk about them, and don't be near them, because you're a freak. Something's wrong with you. And yes, guns is how you protect children. What the fuck else do you think is going to stop somebody from shooting up a bunch of kids? It's somebody else shooting up them. How many more of these instances, these situations need to happen? We protect the Kardashians better than school kids. All them disgusting Armenian hookers have more security than our school-age children. That's a shame. Whores should not be protected better than our future. Take a note from the whores. Get security for these kids. That's all bad people understand is lead. Just like all bullies, all they understand is an ass whooping. Monsters like that, all they understand is lead in various calibers. And if you really feeling bad, you really want to hurt them, you can shoot them with one of those 9mm lung blowers. Watch the lung just get blown out of the body. That's what our grandpa and chief told us. That a 9mm bullet, I have all respect for the 9mm. I wouldn't want to get shot with one, but it ain't going to blow my damn lung out, stupid. And an AR-15 does not weigh more than 10 boxes, Sheila Jackson Lee, whatever that means. Yes, she said that. She's a congresswoman from Texas, and she let those words come out of her suck hole. Biden is perverted said a 9mm bullet will blow your lung out of your body. He said that shit with a straight face in front of other people. These are not the ones who should be telling us how to protect their kids, our kids. They couldn't get through the first page of a gun safety manual. Until you can do what I've done to get my gun, how are you going to have less information about guns and tell me what to do with them? There's questions you have to answer before you purchase a firearm. They've never seen that form. They've never filled it out. So how the fuck are you going to tell me what I can and can't have, and you're not even as educated as I am? If that's the case, I'm going to go into Harvard Medical School and start telling all those doctors how to work on people's hearts and shit. Why not? You know far less than I do, but you're telling me what kind of guns I can and can't have, and where I can and can't have them, and how long I got to wait to get them, and how far you're going to look into my past before I can buy it. So why can't I go to Harvard Medical School and be like, no, give me the scalpel. I'll do it. Here's what you need to do. Because that's dumb. because doing surgery on people is important. That's why I wouldn't do that, because I don't know shit about heart surgery. That's why I'm not there telling them what to do. So you shouldn't be telling me what to do when you don't know shit. And why would they not? You're the president. You're a congresswoman. You're a senator. I would be like, 5 days a week, I'm going to shoot. I'm going to be the baddest motherfucker here with the gun. Why wouldn't you do that? Then you can tell me about my shit. You know more than me? I'm listening. If you don't know more than me, shut the fuck up. Why do you think children don't run households? Because they don't know shit. My daughter, she was blown away the other day when I told her that Dolly Parton made I Will Always Love You before Whitney Houston. Because in her 10-year-old mind, she was like, what? People don't write all their songs originally? No, sweetheart. There, Michael McDonald got a Oscar, a Grammy for an album full of remakes. I was like, no, sweetheart. Everybody doesn't sing original music. And it was funny. She was blown away. She was like, wait a minute. What, that's a remake? Yes, honey. These people are not that talented to where they all sing original shit. But that's why we don't let children run the household. Okay, I know the movie Little Rascals was funny, but they don't run society because they're kids and they don't know shit. So why are they making gun laws and they don't know shit? I mean, they don't know shit. That woman said an AR-15, and here's the stupidest thing she said. She said an AR-15 takes 50 caliber ammunition. Really? Well, if you somehow figure out a way to get that 50 caliber ammunition in that AR-15, let me stand behind the wall over there when you pull the trigger and it blows up in your face. Man, and they're in charge? Okay. Max Bang, perfect. There are Chinese slaves making our goods right now. Take your phone out. An 8-year-old Chinese kid put that shit together. There's slavery now, just not here. All the boogeymans they cry about don't live here anymore. Women's rights, voting rights, slavery, Jim Crow, that shit is gone. But it exists in other places. Go find it. Hurry up before the price of a plane ticket's too fucking high. Go fly around the world and do your good deeds. I hope you make it back. But you get over to them Arab and African countries and start fucking around, you might not. You might want to stay in the West where life is easy. Because you get out there talking that shit and somebody's going to take a dirty sandal off and beat your ass with it. Ladies, and guess who you get to run to and say, he hit me. He hit me. Guess who you get to run to and tell that to? Nobody. Because you have no recourse. You'll get your ass kicked again. The cops will take you right back to the house where he fucked you up in the first place. But you want to talk about here. You better stop. The greatest damn country in the world. Thank you. Comments, shall we? Shall we? Old school Mac boy says the reason there are no descendants of black slaves in the Middle East is because they were castrated. That's tough living. Tough. And why are they always telling us shit we don't know? Oh, Mallory Faust, good point. She says, if you're an atheist, how did God kill babies? Ooh, dang, get him. Get him. Ghost of Josie Wales says they don't want real men to fight back. That's right. You have to get us out of the way. You can't take this country over. You can't destroy this country with all these damn war-age men, with all these real men in the world. The men who give firm handshakes and look you in the eye and their word means something. My dad would always tell me that. If your word ain't shit, you ain't shit. If you tell somebody you're going to do something, you better do it, good or bad. If you tell somebody I'm going to be there to help you, you better be there. If you tell somebody if you do that one more time, I'm going to whoop your ass, you better whoop their ass if they do it one more time. Keep your word. My dad drilled that shit into my head. Sometimes my wife doesn't understand. Why are you going there? Why are you doing this? Because I told him I would. I have to. If I tell you I'm going to be there, I got to be there. Because if not, I'm going to have a problem with myself. I'm not worried about somebody else, what they think, what they're going to say. I'm going to have a problem with that. I'm going to feel that I failed as a man. You keep your word and you protect what's important to you. But once they get us out of the way, once they got all of us drinking 40 ounces of fucking soy milk, mangling our genitals, making some DIY vagina, origami your dick into a clam, then they can start to take over. When we have a whole generation of boys who are a bunch of weird little hypochondriacs with butt plugs in, then they can take over this country. But as long as they have men, real men in this country, to grab them by the lapel of their shirt and say, what the fuck are you doing? That's not going to happen. That's why it's important. That's why you need this toxic masculinity. The fact that there's masculinity gives you the right to say that shit. On them toxic males that went over there and died on foreign soil. So you can be here and have cheeseburgers 24/7 and say the stupidest shit you want without repercussions. That's toxic masculinity for you. You need real men. You need men to go out there, drill to the center of the earth, cut trees down and make shit. Build shit. Protect shit. Make other little people. Because contrary to popular belief, a woman can't get another woman pregnant. You can try. You can scissor your little heart out. You can get all the little strap on and rubber contraptions you want. You can try to act like a man. Fucking, you don't even know what that's like. You can try all that fake shit, but when it comes down to it, two clams can't make anybody. Now, if you get one of those pesky little penises and put them in one of those clams, now you got something. I remember, it reminds me when I was in high school, I had this crazy ass hippie teacher named Miss Grumming. She was like, you know what, guys, don't call me Miss Grumming, call me Wendy. That was so weird. But we had a project, and I can't remember what the topic was. I think my topic was that it takes you can't make people, two gay people can't make a kid. It was something like that. Something that I would get in trouble for nowadays for doing a project on. And what I did was I brought 2 extension cords, and I got the male ends, and I went like this in front of class. This is part of my presentation. And I went like that. I was like, see, it don't work. And then I got 2 female ends. See, it don't work. 2 females sounds good, right, fellas? But they ain't making no babies. And I remember I got in trouble. She pulled me aside after class. I don't remember what she said. I didn't give a shit because I knew I was right. Even at 16 years old, I knew I was right. And they tell us all this bullshit. Like we're supposed to believe it. Let's keep it simple, okay? Don't do this crazy outlandish bullshit we've never seen before. Keep it simple. Water's wet, sun is hot, puppies are cute, bacon and vagina are delicious. If we can stick to those basic things, we'll be fine. Don't be men and kids and adults and kids and boys can be girls and girls. Fuck all that. That's going to get us nowhere. Keep it simple, please. That's how we operate best. But that's what they got to do first is attack the men to get us out of the picture because they know we ain't going to stand for that shit. Ridiculous. Jason was exactly yummy. A plate of bacon and some clam? Come on now. Happier than a pig and shit. Philip Francia. There you are. Did your power cut off a few days ago too? No, man, you must be in California. That's what we do. We do wildfires and rolling blackouts. Guarantee you that. Railroad 22, I'm 100% sure men cannot bear children. For sure. You're not a scientist, are you? Are you watching this in a white lab coat? No, because you don't need to be a fucking scientist to know that. Doy. We used to say his kids, duh. Doy. Remember back in the day? I want to go back to that where you could make fun of people. We used to go up to each other and say, hey, put your hand right here and try to eat an ice cream cone that's on your shoulder. Oh, man. We used to tell each other, think hard, retard. Can't say that shit now. We had a game called Smear the Queer. Try that now, boys, on the playground and see what happens. So he was pulled into their left-wing principal's office. You guys can't do that stuff. It's hurtful. Yes, Jose Torres, good point. They hate men but try to look like them. Why is that? I've asked this question before. Why do all the non-binary people look like one of the binary groups? I know two of these motherfuckers. They were women who were non-binary, but they looked like 12-year-old boys. The shoes, the clothes, the one of them got their titties cut off. Why are you trying so hard to look like a dude? And one of them slipped up. She was like, oh, I can, these are the only women's pants that have the pockets where I like them. Oh, you messed up. What do you mean women's pants? You mean to tell me you couldn't find any men's pants that fit your needs? Maybe because they weren't made for you. They were made for men. Everything is different. Women's clothing is different. Women's programming on TV is different. Lifetime, that's for women. That's women's clothing. The zipper's on the left-hand side on a jacket. The buttons are on the other side. It's different, and that's okay. But don't use my toxic masculinity to build the greatest country this planet's ever seen and then attack the masculinity that gave you the platform to attack it from. That don't make any damn sense to me. You like toxic masculinity as long as it's paving the way in the world for you, making your life easier, taking you out of the fucking dark, keeping the wild animals at bay with all of our lights and security. You like that. But then you want to turn around and spit in the face of it. Fine, we'll shut the lights off. We'll take down the fences. You take your punk ass out there and deal with them fucking beasts. Oh, you can't because you're afraid of the dark and you're not strong enough. In that case, get behind me and shut the fuck up. Get behind me and enjoy this life I create for you. Because if you don't like it, we can go. And one of them crazy asses I work with, oh, men, this is another thing. I've mentioned this before in another video. Men are sexually harassed way more than women. There, I said it. The only thing is men don't complain about it. We just take that shit, whatever. We get touched. We get talked to inappropriately all the time. Perfect example. One of them weirdos I work with, she said, oh, men should only be sperm donors. Number one, why are you talking like that at work? Do we work at a sperm bank? No, don't say that shit. So, classic Jericho fashion, what could be the thing I could say right now to piss her off? I said, okay, if all the men are sperm donors, who's going to open the pickle jars and kill the spiders? And she goes, women will. Bullshit. Bullshit. Fellas, am I wrong? Tell your woman to open that fucking jar and go kill that spider. Yeah, right. Men will. You know how many pickle jars I've opened? You know how many times I heard it go, because I open that shit? Babe, can you reach this? Can you open that? Can you lift it? It's too heavy. And you know what? I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. That's a little mini stroke to my ego. Oh, you need a nice strong man? Here I am. I like that. I like my place in the world. I like being needed for shit like that. But don't sit here and tell me you're going to do it. No, you ain't. You're going to sit inside scared until the candles burn out. Then you're going to get more scared because it's dark now. Don't bullshit me. You better take that smoke and blow it up somebody else's ass. Hold on, battery's running low. I done talked the damn laptop battery out. Hold up. Even the laptop said, damn, Jericho. Here we go. We're good. But don't tell me that bullshit. And the things women do, men can't do. The sensitive side, the caring, the understanding, the patience, making a house a home, decorating, just being a woman, their nature, their body, the way they walk, the way they talk. I love to see my wife pass down women stuff to my daughter. How to dress, how to take care of herself, how to sit when you're wearing a skirt. I love to see my wife pass down those things to my daughter, ensuring her to be a good woman who can take care of herself. I like women and the way they are. I wish more women knew how powerful being a woman is, how important your role is. I wish. That's why dads are so important. You give that girl self-esteem and self-respect before you send her out in the world with them damn wolves. We all know what happens to people who don't have their daddy in their life. So don't tell me we're not important. Don't tell me our masculinity is toxic, because it ain't toxic when you're enjoying all this shit we made for you. But anyway, remember, guys, mypillow.com/Jericho, promo code Jericho, all caps. Get that discount. You too good for a discount? Remember in Happy Gilmore, he got up to the ball because it wouldn't go in the hole. He said, you too good to go to your home, you stupid ball? You too good for a discount, you taxpayer? Get it. Promo code Jericho. Love my pillow, my pillow things. More than pillows. Towels, bathrobes, pajamas, slippers, pillowcases, sheets, both of them, the fitted. Somebody, my pillow, you want to blow my mind, please put out instructions on how to fold a fitted sheet. I love it. But I'm very happy with my pillow products. And when I get the second half of my order, I'm going to let you know how happy I am with that. Promo code Jericho, mypillow.com/Jericho. I will put the link in the description box. Venmo, GreenforGreen, Cash.app, $, Green 1. Let's do it old school. P.O. Box 806, Olivehurst, California, 95961-9998. Hit some comments, and then we're about to handle those damn super chats, people. So get them in before I start reading. Donna Modzaluski. I hope I said that right. If not, I apologize. Says, hi, Jericho. I sure do miss the world the way it was. I heard that J-Lo referred to her daughter as they. What in the world? Hope you're doing well. I am. I hope you're doing well, too, Donna. And J-Lo, you can throw her on the pile of far left, stupid as fuck Hollywood people. They, and that goes against our grammatical teachings. They is more than one person. That's a plural. We're supposed to retrain our brain and mouths to bow to this bullshit. And she's just creating another generation of fucking little weirdos. Them days, hers in this. Shut up, J-Ho. And J-Lo, ain't she still making like techno music? Bitch, you're 52 years old. Stop making that shit. You ain't young. You can get lift and tucked and inflated all you want. That clam's still 52 years old. Paul, I was walking down the street with my wife. Some woman said some shit in Spanish or shit. Threw me a kiss. My wife broke loose and sidekicked her into the street. I had to pick my wife up and take her away. Hey, man, your wife, she don't share her toys. All right, tell that woman to fuck off. Who you blowing kisses to? You won't be blowing nothing until that swelling in your lip goes down, slut. Your wife did the right thing. What would you have done if she blew some dude said, hey, baby, and blew a kiss to your wife? You'd be standing over his unconscious ass. Rightfully so. You want a significant other? Go get your own. Don't fuck with somebody else's. Shit will get you hurt. Shit will get you killed in some cases. Playing with somebody, man, don't do it. Don't do it. And if he says she sidekicked that bitch in the street. That's what you get. Joanne Butcher, it is being a woman is great. Yeah, I'm sure it is. You wouldn't want to be anything else. I'm glad you enjoy your place in life. Tom McGivern, yeah, hit that thumbs up. Hit it. Like and sub and like, thumbs up, all that good shit. I appreciate it. Let's see. Shoot your Murray Greg McNeely says, there has been less than a dozen women electricians, just as smart but physically limited, in our company of over 200 electricians. 12 out of 200? That tells you something. And female firefighters. I saw something the other day. It was this competition of some show, and this woman was a firefighter. And there was one of the events, she had to knock down a door to get to the other side and save somebody. She must have ran into that door 4 or 5 times before it actually opened. And a guy who was not a firefighter, just a guy, ran through that shit like it wasn't even there. I'm just saying, when it comes to jobs that are physically demanding, women aren't as strong as men. If you're laying on the floor, dying from smoke inhalation, and you happen to look up before you die, and some 5'3" little tenderoni comes through there to get you, you know you're going to die. Shout out to Don. He's in our family, and he just retired from being a firefighter, an illustrious career, great man. And here's a quick little story. So last week we were down in Monterey County visiting. His wife bought him this Jeep, 1958 Jeep. So he just got it. It was the first time he saw it. So he's like, I was like, man, you got to take this for a ride, Don. He was like, let's go. So we go up the hill and we're driving around the neighborhood. We go up to this hill and we come around a corner and it was the top. There's only like one, it's like some kind of like PG&E something way up there at the top of the hill. And we come around this corner and we see two people laying in the middle of the street. And one of their legs was kind of sideways. So I'm like, oh, fuck. These people are hurt. Good thing I'm here with a former firefighter, first responder. And then it turned out to be two teenagers laying in the street, like doing some TikTok shit on their phone. I was like, damn, Don, I thought you were going to have to dust off the skills and get to work. But if Don came through the door to save you, you're going to be like, oh, we're good. We're getting out of here, because Don is like 6'6", 275 pounds. He's going to throw you over his shoulder like an empty plastic bag. You know you're going home. You know you're saved. I'm just saying. I'm not saying women are dumber. I'm saying physically, a little weaker. Can we all agree on that? We got to find a baseline. Remember, water's wet, the sun is hot, clam, vagina, and bacon are delicious. We got to agree on some things. Stephen R. says, I love to see my wife in her high heels for work. You probably like to see her in high heels for other stuff than that, don't you? Yeah, pervert. That's right. But it's a joy to see women being women. The shape of their body, the way they do things, just their aura, their energy. Just being a woman. That's why I don't understand all that makeup and shit. I have split ends. That's not for men. I don't know what a split end looks like. I didn't know what one was till I got married. I don't give a damn about your Maybelline, L'Oreal, whatever you got on. I don't care. That's for other women. That ain't for men. You're beautiful just the way you are. Just be a woman. That's it. And Bach says, I was taught how to bolt up by a black woman named Dorothy. Hey, there are exceptions. There are exceptions. Tammy A says, so sick of this bullshit. Me too. Come on now. Adam Baker, the salt supremacists are in the house. Be careful, supremacists. Salt is white. Don't want to be called a racist. Jackie Goffin. I think so. Never seen that name before. I hope I said it right. If not, I apologize. Get your food kit. Food crisis coming sooner than expected. That's right. You know, I got that My Patriot supply. Get it. Link in the description box. I got mine. Got this one. Getting many more. I bought seeds and shit. Hey, I thought when I was a kid, last time I saw seeds or even bought some, they were like 50 cents a pack. I went to Ace Hardware to get seeds. That shit was $1.89 to $2.29 a pack for seeds. Garden beds. We're getting that shit. By this fall, by the end of summer, I'm going to have my shit ready. I ain't going to be standing in a fucking bread line like it's 1933. Remember my grandpa telling me stories about standing in a bread line. Some bully in his neighborhood cut in front of his sister, picked up a rock and hit that motherfucker in his head with it. Guess who wasn't cutting in line anymore? Guess who next? Every time he saw him, hey, how you doing, man? Hey, you want my spot? Hey, how you doing? Hey, let me get out of the way. Go ahead, man. You damn right. That rock was the rod of correction. Spunberry 65. When I worked construction, we didn't have snitches running around that didn't get get dealt with. Yeah, man, come on. You gotta fucking. I tell my kids, hey, me telling on your sister, me telling on your brother. That's your people. You gotta take care of them. You gotta look out for them. Ain't that shit no more. Bunch of little weenies. Because they know they get brownie points to get recognition for being a fucking little weenie. B-Dub, thank you. Just got out of the public all-gender bathroom. I left the seat up because I didn't want to assume someone's gender. Must gave away my gender, though. I do that shit, too. When I worked at Trader Joe's, Alfonso Leal, what's up, love, from Portugal. I've been to Spain, not Portugal. I'd love to visit. But when they changed from the men's and women's bathrooms to that gender neutral shit, I left the toilet seat up every fucking time. Because you know what? When the men's bathroom was being used and I really had to piss like a racehorse, I would go into the women's bathroom and I would make sure that I left the seat down. Just trying to be cool. We're all out here in public. Let's respect each other. But when they change that shit, I left the seat up every damn time. I don't give a fuck. This is both our bathroom, right? I got to put the seat down at home. I ain't doing that shit out here. That's stupid. Fucking stupid. Just in case said 2 dicks and no chicks makes a shit sandwich. Pass. Yeah, no thank you. I love the clam. I got one dick policy. That's all I got room for. Evil arch conservative says, I want men to kill big spiders for me. That's right, and we'll do it. Gladly. Gladly. Moments Divine said, I killed a freaking murder hornet that got in my house. It was hard to kill, came right at my face, but was stunned from me swatting at it and missed me. Hey, I'm glad you made it, Moments Divine. We need you here. Don't be getting taken out by no murder hornet. That sounds fucked up. What kind of hornet is that? A murder hornet? My kids watch that dude, Coyote Peterson. He be getting stung by all kinds of shit. He got stung by some hornet in South America. That fool, he wanted to be dead. Come on, I got them supers coming. Super chat, super chat, super chats. Here we go. Damn it. There we go. So make sure I didn't miss them. Here they come. Supers. I saw them. There's a lot of comments to sift through, which I'm happy about. Good. I like a busy comment section. People are talking. People are putting their thoughts down. It's important to put your thoughts down on paper. Make a dream board. Oh, come on. I'm not complaining, guys. I'm just trying to get to the super chats. Just trying to get to the super chats. Oh, if there's anybody out there, something I was thinking about. I was thinking about getting into voiceover work and shit like that. So if anybody has any connections or you know how to get started in that shit, let me know. Very interested. I think I could do something. Do something. That's something I've been giving some thought to. Come on, super chats. Here we go. There we go. Got one. John Lee, thank you very much. Says, honestly, at least Biden recognized genocide in mainland China instead of ignoring it like Bill Clinton and Barack Obama. Proof the U.S. is still united. All right? And believe me, that's probably the only good thing he did. But there's definitely genocide in mainland China. I have a friend of mine, she lived over there, taught. This is how badass she is at speaking Chinese. She was in China speaking native speakers Chinese. That's how good she is. But she said it was a horrible place to be. It was filthy. She even had skin issues from the poor air quality, and they had fresh air stations. They're like phone booths where you would go in periodically to get a breath of fresh air. Imagine how fucked up life is when you're looking forward to a breath of fresh air. All we got to do is stick our face outside, unless you live in LA. But pretty much you stick your head outside, you're getting some fresh air. Not everywhere. Don't forget how great we are. Donkey King. 2 laws of Christianity: love God and love others. Upon these 2 hang the laws and the prophets. That's right. Our country is based on those. Don't get it twitted, it did. Okay, David David Beaudry. Hey JG, what do you think of aliens and Sasquatch? To be honest, show me an alien, I'll believe in it. We've all heard the stories of people, oh, they caught me and probed me or whatever. I don't believe in aliens, but is it far-fetched they could be out there? The universe is a big place. I don't know. Sasquatch, show me a picture, I'll believe it. Not that blurry shit from the 70s. I did like Harry and the Hendersons, though. Shout out to John Lithgow. And RIP to the dude who played Harry and the Hendersons. He also wore the Terminator suit, or the Predator suit. Donkey King, again, thank you. The only religion that supports abortion is the worship of Moloch. Damn, that sounds like some druid type shit. Yeah, and I've never heard of that fucking religion. So, Justin K, thank you. Says, Mr. JG, thank you for all you do, one vet to another. Thank you very much, Justin. What branch did you serve in? Was it the world's finest Navy? I hope so. But if not, we can't all be perfect. But I do appreciate your service, man. Thank you. We talk a lot of shit about each other, and it is fun. But when it comes down to it, we're all on the same side, and we will get together and fuck any other country up easily. John Lee, again, thank you. I hope you had an awesome Father's Day, JG. I did. It was wonderful. I went on a nice long walk that my kids didn't complain for most of, which was nice. I had a hoodie on and some pants. It was like 88 degrees yesterday. People were looking at me weird, but I'm trying to sweat, damn it. And had a great meal. I did eat badly yesterday. It was the first time in like 2 or 3 months. So when I'm done here, I will go out there on the trail and pay for my culinary sins. I promise you, this body will be reprimanded. Maria Camacho, good damn afternoon, Americans. You are right. And thank you very much for your generosity, Maria. Maria. Pot fried 420, dude. Thank you. You're the man. No, you're the man. My friend said his homie said Jericho moved to his neighborhood. LOL. We ain't gonna bug you. Hey, it's all good, man. If you see me out and about, you better say what's up. I appreciate it. I do appreciate it. It's good to run into people, in public who watch my stuff, who agree with it, because that lets us both know that we're not alone and there's still sane people out there. And we're all the same, just trying to live life and not be fucked too much by the government. Is that too much to ask? Is it? Can I just live my life and not have you constantly trying to fucking squirt KY on my ass and fuck me over? Please? I don't ask much. My needs are very simple. Short list. Okay, hold on. We're almost to the top. I see a couple more came in. Thank you. I will get to those too. Scouts honor. Oh, there we go. There we go. Junior New Mex, $20 super sticker. Thank you very much. Very much. Appreciate it, guys. Appreciate your time and your dinero. Your time and your dinero. Thank you for your time and your dinero. Here we go. One more. I think this was the first one. Mary Bottleford. Thank you very much for the twomp. A gallon of gas, Jericho. Keep it up. Yeah, that'll give me a half gallon. California prices. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. And let's get these last two. If they're the last two, if not, keep them coming. You pay, I play. Dahak 666. Thank you very much. Do you think we'll be riding horses and wagons again? Hey, shit comes full circle. My mom told me when I was a kid, she was like, we're going to go back to the bartering system. She told me that. I hope she's wrong, but she's been right a lot. And we might have to. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for some old school. Let's do it. Yeah. We're working on it. Sprung Bearing 65, thank you. Says a sandwich isn't a sandwich with two dicks. No Miracle Whip. That's right, man. One dick policy. That's it. Any more than that, you can take it elsewhere. Hilo Boy for Life 2002. Thank you. Said bacon, clams, and beer. It's all I need. That's right. Simple man. Not in that order either. Robert Manley. Thank you very much. Great last name, especially in light of this live stream. Peace, Jericho. Peace to you, Robert. I appreciate that. Peace to everybody. And I think most people are peaceful. I think most people do get along, and we're just fine, and we're not racist. We don't hate each other. We don't hate our fucking grandma because we didn't get the poke. None of that bullshit. But they tell us that we are. They tell us that we are racist. They tell us that we do get along. We are divided because it benefits them. Spunbearing 64, $63 to fill up FJB. You damn right. You like this shit? You like it till you get to the gas pump. Mary Botiford. Sorry, that looked like an L in the other ones. Botiford, excuse me. She says, LOL, you're welcome. Right there with you in Nevada. You get it? Thank you very much, Mary. Conspiracy Coffee. Hey, what's up, man? What's up? Hey, that's my boy Coffee from back in the day. We used to be interns at a radio station together in Salinas called 102.5 KDON. That's my boy Conspiracy Coffee. He got a good YouTube channel. Check it out. And again, like I said on my last stream, shit that was some tinfoil hat stuff a year ago, 2 years ago, maybe not be so much anymore. But check out my man Conspiracy Coffee. Shout out to you, man. In Puro Salas way. Where you at? What side of town are you on right now? Hope not the east side. Niall Adamson, live and let live. That's it. That's what we all do. The golden rule. Most people live by those rules. Don't let them lie to you. Don't let them feed you the bullshit. All right. For the most part, we get along. You don't mess with me. I don't mess with you. Don't get your peanut butter, my chocolate, and it's all good. Don't listen to these dumbasses. These are the same dumbasses that tell us some guy 6,000 miles away is affecting our gas prices, but he can't put gas in his own damn vehicles of war. Stop it. Bullshit. Don't be enamored by their suits and their cool titles. They are pieces of dog shit. And shout out and apologies to any pieces of dog shit who might be watching. Well, guys, almost 2 hours today. You did great. I did great. We did great. Okay. Don't forget Venmo, Green for Green, Cash App, $ Jericho Green 1. Send it snail mail. I'll go pick it up. P.O. Box 806, Olivehurst, California 95961-9998. Super chats. You get them in. I read them. I appreciate them. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your monies. $1,000 cash monies. What show is that? Anyway, we did it, people. Don't forget, hit that link tree. I'll have links in there to the MyPillow promo code Jericho, all caps, mypillow.com/Jericho. People. Moa Boa says, Jericho, you rule. And yeah, go Navy. That's right, man. The world's finest Navy. You know what's up. All other navies are second, third, fourth. It doesn't matter. We only remember number one. Okay. James Nicholson, great show, mate. Is that like mate, like croaky, mate, or like shit, mate? Good eye. Either way, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Look at the size of that bigger on that crocodile. That's for my man Rob. He loves when I do that shit. Moments Divine, 618 for diesel in Jersey. Fuck that. Guys, don't be like California when it comes to gas prices, okay? Don't be like California anyway, unless you like homeless shit and trash. Then we're your state. Adam N, thanks a lot, JG. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. None the Miser says, I swallowed a murder hornet. Gotta go. Yeah, get the fuck out of here, man. Get some help. Get somebody to go down your throat, get that thing out. Jason Williams, thanks, Jericho. You the man. Best chat on the internet. Thank you very much. That's because of you guys. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Moments Divine says, yep, $1.20 for a full tank. That's bullshit. Hold on a second. Let me go back. Utilize the Linktree link. Get your ass over to JerichoGreen.net. I am Jericho Green. And yes, Topeka Adkins, Trump 2024. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.